Good morning, I'm Al Litman, Mayor of Mesquite. Today's COVID-19 report is 175. As I mentioned the other day, we often do not get an updated report until much later in the day. And for those of you who have participated in the community testing, there is now an online portal to obtain your test results. Please visit southernnevandahealthdistrict.org/lab-results and follow the on-screen instructions to receive your test results. Please keep in mind it is still taking approximately 7 days for test results to return. Monday I wasn't able to do a video because of a schedule change. I'll always try and let you know if the days will be different, whenever possible. Just when I thought we might be done with conspiracy theories on COVID-19, the Las Vegas Journal published an interesting article on a discredited researcher named Dr. Judy Mikovits. I'll save that one for later. I started to talk the other day about Bill Gates, so I'll continue. This past year, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation pledged up to $100 million to improve detection, isolation, and treatment efforts to protect at-risk populations in Africa and South Asia, and accelerate the development of vaccines, drugs, and diagnostics. My personal opinion is that the money should have been spent in the United States for the same purposes, but it's not my money and he didn't ask me. Gates has spent much of his second career initiating and supporting efforts to prevent and control infectious diseases. As the COVID-19 conspiracy goes, Gates owns the patent for the new coronavirus that wasn't even discovered until this past year, and that he has shares in companies that are currently working around the clock to come up with a vaccine. The latter part is actually true. Gates has helped fund many potential coronavirus vaccines. I'm talking about conspiracy theories and vaccines for a reason. With the exception of a smallpox vaccine, I grew up in an era without them, at least not for the common illnesses of the day. I remember being quarantined for several weeks because of a polio epidemic in my hometown. I was rather young and didn't understand why the sign was nailed to our house and those of our neighbors, until I found out how many mothers of my friends got sick and died. Others were actually not so lucky and had ended up in iron lungs for the rest of their lives. I had mumps, measles, chickenpox, all within a year or two. Polio vaccine came around several years later, and of course I got the shot of the sugar cube. I don't remember which. As a teacher many years later, I found out that you could not send your child to school without an up-to-date vaccine on these viruses, as well as vaccines for bacterial-caused viruses. There are 14 important vaccines currently being administered throughout the world. I know you're probably familiar with most of them. I'm not telling you you must get a vaccine for COVID-19. I had heard a number of people already saying they will not. I doubt if anyone can force someone to get a vaccine. Most of you have gotten a vaccine for one disease or another, and the decision will probably be left up to you. Friday, I'll be talking about why some parents will not vaccinate their child and why some adults also refuse. I'm not making any judgment calls on anyone who does or doesn't vaccinate. With the coronavirus, we're all in uncharted waters. Will the vaccine work? Will it get us sick or give us COVID-19? At this point, I have no idea, and I doubt if the experts do also. Time will tell. We do need to keep an open mind with so many mixed messages about the virus. Other than talking more about vaccines today, I do want to remind you that the game has changed in the enforcement of face coverings and physical distancing. Yesterday, we had a visit from OSHA. They are visiting businesses and other facilities in Mesquite, and they are unannounced. As I've said many times before, we need to cooperate and do our part if we expect businesses to remain open and attempt to get back to some kind of normal existence. These words do not come from me, they come from the governor. I know some don't want to comply. I can't do anything about that, nor do I want to. It's not up to me to make those decisions about our economic future. It will be made for us. I do know we must work together as residents of this beautiful city. We're all in this together. We may not like it, but it's a fact. We all need to keep the faith, and we all need to remain Mesquite strong. I guess we can compare what's happening to a war. We always have a winner, and we always have a loser. I much prefer being a winner. Thank you.